is Sheraden Dales, and I'm back with my 6-month and a little bit later recap. I just got off a job up in Mill Creek. It's about 2 hours away. I really enjoyed it. I was working on hanger tubes. The boiler, in my opinion, was the best first job I could ever have. It taught me how to work hard, and it taught me how to weld better and how to communicate with people and get the connections I need for later on when I am looking for a job. What made me want to become a welder was my junior year of high school. My soon-to-be welding instructor, Bobby Pease, told me every single day and asked me if I wanted to become a welder, if I wanted to start welding my senior year. Because my 3 older brothers have welded before, he wanted to see what I had. And so I finally took it my senior year, and I absolutely fell in love with it. So if it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't be where I am today. So after the first time putting my hood down and picking up a stinger, I fell in love with it. As a girl in this industry, I would tell other people or other women to keep their hoods down and their rods hot. Welding was the best thing that ever happened to me, and just because I'm a girl, it doesn't mean I can't do the same thing that other guys are doing. And I absolutely love this industry and this job and where I'm at today. I knew this is what I wanted to do for a living after I started getting better at welding and learning all the different things you can do with it. Up at Mill Creek, I learned how to weld on tubes, like really fast. We were welding like temperature on 180, just sewing them up, right hand and left hand. That's something that KWI taught me, was to be right hand and left hand welder, and that really, really helped. I'd have my fitter, he'd be watching me weld with my left hand and then my right hand, and he would think that that was so cool. And I told him about KWI and how they made us learn right hand and left hand welding, because in the field it really helped, and that's something I'm very proud of. KWI has really helped me put my foot in the door in this industry. It has taught me everything that I know. I've got 7+ certs, which means I was able to achieve the Golden Arm Hood, which is something that you obtain once you get 7 or more certs. It was very challenging for me because I really wanted it, and that's what I strive for. The last cert I got was copper nickel, and that's something that was very challenging for me, but I wanted it and I got it, and I'm very proud of myself for that. I was actually the first girl to ever get that Golden Arm Hood, and it's actually sitting in my room right now, and it reminds me of how hard I worked and what I achieved. KWI offers so much, and I'm so thankful for it. They actually offer 24+ certs. And if you wanted, you can show them another cert that you would like, and they can provide that for you. They can write down a WPS and get that cert for you. My instructors here were Corey Porter and Blake Hawkins. I was on first shift, which means I would come here at about 5:45, be a little bit early, start at 6 and end at 2. The time here was very valuable to me, and the instructors as well. They showed me how to do like everything I know. The instructors here are different than any other instructors out there. I feel like they know what they're doing and what they're talking about. They come off the road and they know how the industry works. They show us straight up how it is out there welding, and they don't hide anything. They show us what they know and how it works, and that's how they're different from all the instructors out there. Blake Hawkins once told me that you're only as good as your last weld, which means that you're only as good as your last bead that you run. If you were out there welding on a job site, you just like lifted up your hood, just got done with the bead, and the foreman or the superintendent walks in and they look at your weld, that's how they remember you, and that's how they see you, was your last weld that you ran. So make sure that last weld and all your welds before that are good, and you put 100% effort into it, because that's what will give you a good name and a good rep, and they'll want to keep you on. Blake Hawkins also told me to never be afraid to pick up a broom, which means if you're on the job site and there's not much you could do, there's not much welding left, don't be afraid to pick up a broom. Don't be afraid to wind up a lead. Don't be afraid to clean up something, pick up trash, because the superintendents and the foremans will look at you as a good hard worker, and they'll want to keep you on and take you other places with them. So don't be afraid to pick up a broom and clean up. Do your part, work hard. If I could tell myself something 6 months ago when I started KWI, it would be to work even harder than I did. I obtained 7+ certs and I got the golden arm hood, but I know I could have stayed after and worked even harder. I chose KWI because it was convenient for me. I actually live 15 miles down the road, but I would have chosen even if I lived 3,000 miles away. I know people from California and Alaska, and they chose this school for the same reasons I chose this school. I chose this school because of the certs that they offer, NCCCO, CCR, signaling, rigging, MSHA, OSHA. My time here at KWI was something I will always remember. I had a blast here just learning how to weld, getting better at the skill, and learning the trade. I made a lot of friends and a lot of connections that I will use later on in the future. 8 hours here, it seems like a lot, but it's actually not. Out on the job, you work 12 hours a day, 7 days a week, and you're really pushing it. So if you think about that, as you come into KWI, you know you can be working just as hard as the people who are getting paid, you know, 7 days a week, 12 days an hour. Just push yourself, like, learn your limits and just keep on going. As a woman in the trade, I absolutely love it. Of course, you'll have a magnifying glass over top of you, and people will look at you differently and they'll expect less, but you need to give it all you got and push and prove yourself that you can make it in this industry. On my first job, it was a little difficult. I was the only girl there, but I showed them what I got, and I gave it all I had, and it showed off, and it made me who I am today. I've actually had people message me on social media and ask how it is being a woman in this industry, and I would just tell them what I tell everybody, just to keep your hood down and keep the rod hot and keep pushing it, keep working hard. My favorite part about KWI, as crazy as it sounds, was the failures that I had here, and I had plenty of failures. So if you get your rod stuck, if you get porosity, learn how to fix it, because that's something that is very valuable on the job, is your repairs. I did struggle a lot here, but kept pushing, and I came back, and it put me where I'm at today, and I'm very thankful for that. I'm glad to be back here at KWI and see everybody and reconnect with people. I would like to say that if you're passionate about this industry and you want to weld, just get out there and do it. I would recommend coming to KWI because it really helped me get my foot in the door, and it gave me all the experience that I know to go on a job and get the work done. And I'm very thankful for that, and I hope y'all have a blessed day.